Right now, the Giants are giving up 5.1 yards per carry on the year, which is 30th in the NFL. Do they have any hope being a road or a home dog against the Philadelphia Eagles, who are 11-1 so far, and they could clinch a playoff berth with a win in this game?
So the two leads for both of these teams is this, and we already mentioned it on the Philadelphia side, like AJ Brown not only firing up the Titans cornerbacks, but then getting the dude fired that wears a tie like 2 days later. Like that cannot get old. I don't care. We can be like a few weeks removed from that, and that would still be a story to me because just like that, like I just imagine AJ Brown just walking up to the microphone like Silky Johnson
Yeah, and
on
just
Dave
saying,
Chappelle, just hate, because he knew what was about to go down in Tennessee when you have a performance like that against your former team. And he messed around and got this dude fired. Like, I still cannot believe it. And then on the flip side, we talked about this Giants Commanders game going into it last week. And what did I say? I was like, I don't trust the Commanders because this is a divisional game. Everything was trending towards them being able to dominate this game, but it's a divisional
mm-hmm.
matchup against the Giants, and something just tells you that both of these teams are going to hang around, and you don't know who the hell is going to win the game, and then damn, none of them won the damn game. But this is a different animal. Like this is a division game, so you expect these teams to possibly play each other close, but everything still remains the same for the Giants. Like they give up a lot of big plays in the run. They're not that good with their passing game. They give up a lot of sacks. And then you look at this Philadelphia Eagles team that's like second in the league in sacks, only behind the Cowboys. You look at this Philadelphia Eagles team that's one of the better running teams in the league and have like this master chess piece that pretty much no one else in the league has, and Jalen Hurts, where if you want to add an extra blocker to the mix, then you can have Jalen Hurts run the ball down your throat. He can run for damn near 150 yards in the first half. So if there's any game where I
Mm.
feel like it's a divisional matchup, but then the one that's favored should go out there and dominate the opponent, it's probably this one. That being said, it's the NFC East, and I still don't trust any teams in the NFL because the parity is real. So I don't know if I can just trust any team with, even though you told us that we should be on the Cowboys last week, didn't you? So maybe I just need to go ahead and get some chutzpah and say, yeah, the Eagles are going to do it. Like I wouldn't put the
They
money
are
on the
going to do
Eagles,
it.
but if it's any game where I'm looking at it out there right now where it's like, hey, like the Eagles should be able to cover this based on who they're playing and what that team has looked like over the past month, it should be the Eagles over the Giants.
I will say the Eagles are 9-2 straight up, Jared, in their last 11 games against the Giants, but the Giants are 5-1 against the spread against teams with a winning record this season. So, which trend do you favor here?
Oh, it's tough. So, first of all, the total here seems a little elevated for me. Divisional unders have been the trend, right? That's really the trend. 36 and 22 this year. That's over 60%. And
Yeah.
when you look at what the Eagles, like I thought, like the Titans were a very sharp play last week. Multiple groups that we coerce with, Todd Furman and his Bet the Board crew, they really liked the Titans last week. Multiple other respected professional bettors all over the Titans moved that number down from 6. It closed right around 4. And it was it was the wrong side. See, there you go. See, the sharp money can be wrong too.
Well, you know, we talked about that
Really,
going into the game too. Like the Philadelphia Eagles, they give a damn about revenge. Like they do.
yeah,
Like we saw Nick
it's
Sirianni in
true.
Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
So you knew the AJ revenge game was going to be real, and boy, was it.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the dead nuts wrong side. Tennessee didn't have a chance in that game. And I was curious because it's really been an interesting couple of weeks for the Titans. And I wanted to go back. I dug into that game a little bit of that Eagles-Titans game. And I was so impressed with Jonathan Gannon. Like we were a little critical of him earlier in the season. We thought the Eagles defense maybe was underperforming a little bit. I went back and I watched some of the, the running approach to the, how they stopped Derrick Henry in that game. And it was damn impressive. So Henry saw 8 in the box on almost 50% of snaps, which, I know that makes sense, right? But then you're really leaving yourself open on the back end, and the Titans are used to 8 in the box. So it's about how you disguise coverages when you have 8 in the box. And I thought Tennessee had, like, Ryan Tannehill looked confused that entire game. And the Eagles did this very unique thing where they kind of showed you too high, and they were in dime for most of the game, especially when they had that extra guy in the box floating. And when they brought the safety up, like they would like like they disguise their coverages really well. I won't get into the weeds with it too much because our audience probably has no idea what the hell I'm talking about. But they made it really, really difficult for Ryan Tannehill to diagnose what was going on. And translation, if they stop the run like they did this week against Saquon Barkley, and they make Daniel Jones try to diagnose those coverages. I mean, if Ryan Tannehill's been in the league for over a decade, seen every defensive scheme you could probably ask for, if he can't figure it out, Daniel Jones has absolutely no shot to diagnose Jonathan Gannon's scheme. So if Gannon brings the same level of quality to his defensive game plan this week, I don't see how the Giants score a lot of points in this game. And I think the under would be the way I would play it. 44.5. Again, it's over that key total of 44. That's that, dividing line that we like to talk about. So as long as this total is over 44, I think the under to me is the way to bet it, with the hope that the Eagles defense brings that level of intensity. This game's a blowout at halftime, and then they'll throttle down the offense in the second half, and we'll cruise to an under.